All right, Shalom Israel. Christian Officer Masquire from the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Again, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started out upon West on 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Lehana. Right now we are at the end of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, so we're going to do the Sabbath service, which will conclude the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Right. So with that, we say, Madam. First priest, the registry.
Makakoba, Banbanyania, Banyasha,
Makakoba, Banbanyania, Banyasha.
How about Shimmy
Shagata? Sa.
Yashala, which means to Israel.
Sa. You would.
Right, so the Panya Akudam, which means the right and face east, which means the turn. Let's pray in Hebrew.
Abanau.
Shema. Yeah.
Shamka.
How?
Malapaka. Ratizaka. Aya. Aisha. Aratisa. Koba. Aya. Ashmai. Natananao. Lakam. Kad. Wom. Masalakana. Kabapatna. Kasalakna. Kabubatna. Wala'a. Tabeaina. Saiwan. Abad. Oshina. Ayan. Ra. Ya. Laka. Malakwa. Bahala. Tapara. Ayami. Aman. What you just said in English, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. The power, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
For the prayer 54 in Hebrew. Yahweh.
Hashem. Abakusha. Natanano. Aka. Rabaha. Kalmahal. Kalmalawo. Aka. Nataha. Masari. Aka. Akwe. Amate. Aka. Ailakawa. Agashan. So what am I? What we just said in the English, Lord, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
Bless the children in Hebrew. Yahweh.
Hashem. Yahushua. Rakanah. Yashah. Aya, Sapari, Barak, Hashem, Yahushua, Warama. We just said in the English, Lord, in the name of Yahushua, bless us and Israel and the school. In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Asha.
Asha.
Ayani.
Ayani.
Ahari.
Ahari.
Ayani.
Ayani.
Ba'a. Sorry.
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 Sorry. Ayin.
How.
How.
Asha.
Asha.
Shamayam.
Aratisa. Ayatan.
What?
Number one.
Galka.
Galka. Aliyawam. Shamarka. Na. Na'a. Yanawam. Wala'a. Yesha. Shawama. Shala. How. Shamarka. How. Tazalka. Yeah. Yaminka. Yawamam. Shamash. Na'a. Yakaka. Waria. Aliyah. How. Shamarka. Karai. Shema. Asnafasha. Yahao. Shema. Tazaka. Abaka. Maita. Maid. Beloved. What you just said in English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hill, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. You will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee, not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Most High is thy keeper, most High is thy shade upon thy right hand. Sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Most High shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Most High shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, this time forth, and even forevermore.
Psalm 93 in the Hebrew. Alahai. Alamayaka.
Alta Shqua. Alta Arabic. Shanaka. Shawa. Rash. Island. Irian. Swat. Yeah. Tazawak. Tazawanika. Amawa. Akawa. Manaka. Yatam. Magawi. La'a. Isaka. Shama. Ayumakaya. Alika. Arya. Karatwa. Ahali. Adawam. Shma'a. Aliyam. Wa'aba. Gari. Kuba. Maimawan. Maimalak. Balasha. Amisha. Tazawo. Damasho. Nalawa. Maimama. Aikwa. Sakawai. Banilawat. Salah. Aishalam. Kamani. Asiyah. Sarah. Benjamin. Shamato. Ayam. Ayawa. Naman. Adam. Shayatamo. Adapmawa. Kaira. Wasara. Sadawak. Sadawak. Mana. Ka. Asiyah. Amwa. Asha. Ama. Amawawa. Nairash. Nawa. Nawa. Lahayam. Lahaya. Shayatamo. Galgala. Wash. Napani. Baka. Ash. Nabayo. Yahayo. Ahab. Nabab. Mariam. Kanda. Sair. Basa. Patrick. Nabalam. Wala. William. Walawan. Washu. Shamka. Yahao. Yabashua. Mahal. Ayai. Power. Bayabad. Bayadayo. Yeah. Shamka. Yahao. Aliwan. In the English Psalm 83, keep not thou silent, O Most High, do not thy peace, be not still, O Most High, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, they that hate thee have lifted up the head, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden one. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, and the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together, one consent, they are confederate, against these tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and Habarim, Gobal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre, Assur, also is joined with them. They have helped the children of Lot, Salah, do unto them, as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to the Ben, and the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung. You make their noble like Or, Seir, yea, all their princes as a bar and as a loom, who said, let's take to ourselves houses of the Most High in possession. Oh my God, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, make them afraid with thy storm, fill their faces with shame, and they may seek thy name. O Most High, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish. That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, and the Most High, who all you. Want to see the ISUPK persons? Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, all things living. Yahweh, the name of Yahweh. Listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the schools. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the schools. Force their riches, enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites, and the nation, and the drug dealers, the court system, prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, God's clan, Aryan nation, skinheads, Fuzzy Komatati, gay movement, lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, the army, navy, the air force, Marine, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airwaves, cable access channel and the radio channel. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, try to stop us from broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murder. Let the Awashai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathen who come up against us. As we speak thy word, cause it to be known by all that the angels that have done it, cause it to be spread through the media, through the whole world, cause it to shake at thy cup. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you all. So be it. Sir.
Shall we be seated? Right, so we're reading from 23, right? In the first and the fourth, right? So,
Come. Beginning the reading in the Hebrew, Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 1. Wayada Bara Yahweh Allah Masha La'ama Abba Allah Banaya Yasha Allah wa Amarata Alahayam Mawa Adaya Yahweh Ashara Salaki Asha Thaqwa Ra'awa Athama Makwa Ra'a Aya Kodash Alaha, Hama, Mawa Adaya, Washata, Yama, the Aisha, Mala, Aka, Mawaya, Wama, Pasha, Maya, Shabata, Wana, Makwa, Ra'a, Kosha, Kala, Mala'a, Kaha, La'a, the I Washata, Hawa'a, Laya, Hawa, Bakala, Masha, Shabatha, Yakma, Alaha, Mawa'ai, Daya, Yahawa, Makwa, Ra'aya, Kodash, Asha, Thakwa, Ra'awa, Athaman, Manawa, Aidam, Maka, Dasha, Hara, Ashawana, Bahara, Baha, Aishara, Lakadasha, Bayana, Ha'ai, Rabam, Barayam, Pasaika, Laya, Hawa, Waba, Kamasha, Aisha, Aishara, Yawama, Lakadasha, Ha'ai, Kala, Kaga, Kamataza, Watha, Layahawa, Shaba'aitha, Yeshayam, Mataza, Watha, Athakayam, Bayayam, Parasha, Wana, Makwa, Ra'a, Kodash, Yahayaha, Lakama, Kala, Malakatha, Aibada, La'a, the I, Shoah. End of the reading in the Hebrew. Continuing in the English. The book of Numbers, chapter 23, reading from verse 1. Leviticus, chapter 23, reading from verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Most High, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts.
So the Lord is telling us here, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, right? These are the instructions that was given by Moses to give to the children of Israel. And it is very important that we as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians understand this, right? These rules, these laws, these high holy days, these feast days, it wasn't commanded to be given to no other nation. You understand? When we read in the book of Leviticus 23, the first verse, the first precept, the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel. Again, it wasn't given to the other nation. It was given to one people. So now you have to ask yourself, who is this people? This Israel that is being spoken about here. So now these other nations, for example, the Chinese, the East Indians, you understand the so-called oppressor, which is the white man, when they hold this Bible, you understand, and read it to you, you will understand this does not belong to them. You will know that. You understand? Because it was given to a specific people, and he's saying these feast days. So now, if these feast days and these high holy days was given to a specific people, what are we doing celebrating the holidays of the oppressor? What are we doing celebrating Christmas and Easter and birthdays and all these different things? You understand? Then we will realize that these things is just a trap to ensnare us, to keep us at the bottom of society, to keep us at the bottom of all these other nations. You understand? And then we're going to teach our children the same thing, and their children is going to learn the same thing after them. You understand? So now the Lord is saying, Speak unto the children of Israel concerning the feast of the Lord, which he shall do what proclaim, which shall be made known throughout this nation.
You understand? Just like how these other heathens, when they have their days, the Pagwan, the whatever it is, they make it known throughout their nation. Look at what happening. We're not talking about on a low scale, we're talking about on a big scale. Look at what happened in India when they having their Ganges festival and their water bathing madness. You understand? The whole of India know which part to meet. The Lord is telling us as a people to proclaim it. And that is why we are here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, is to proclaim this through the nation of Israel, throughout these 12 tribes. You understand? The so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. We have to proclaim this. This is the job that we get from Moses and from our power, our God. You understand? We need to proclaim this. So when these days come about, that is why we have all these advertisements and flyers and brothers telling brothers, sisters telling sisters, who inviting who to come. You understand? We need to, because it is not being proclaimed by those that claim to say, hey, we holding this book, we're going to church, we're teaching all of the Bible. It is not being proclaimed by them. You understand? This truth is only being proclaimed by the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, which was established in 1969 under commanding General. Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Verse 3. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest, and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Most High in all your dwellings.
Understand? So 6 days shall work be done. The 7th is a Sabbath, a day of rest. You shall do what? You shall do no work therein. It is a Sabbath in all your dwellings. So wherever blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are, you understand? We could be in, as your brother Officer Caravan coming from Jamaica, it could be in Jamaica, it could be in Brazil, it could be in Haiti, it could be in St. Kitts and Nevis, wherever your dwellings is. These feasts, we must keep these feasts. We must do as what was commanded by us. What we have to understand in this truth, this Bible, there's a structure, there's order. You understand? There are things that has been given down from one command to the next, and it keeps going down to where it had to reach. When it reached there, we have to just go and execute it. You understand? Because if we didn't do that, coming out of Egypt, what would have happened to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? If we didn't listen to the voice of Moses and Aaron when the Lord was giving them the instructions, what we needed to do to come out under the hands of these oppressors, what would happen to us? What would happen to the nation of Israel today? They executed the same command that was given to them.
Right.
You understand? The hyssop on the doors. You understand? The lamb, the lamb without blemish, rose with fire. You understand? Not certain. All these things, we did all these things. We followed all these instructions. And we was delivered. You understand? Yeah. We were delivered out of Egypt under the hands of the oppressors. This is what we have to know, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You understand? Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Verse 5. Verse 4. These are the feasts of the Most High, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons.
You understand? These are the feasts of the Most High. These must be proclaimed, as you are saying. It must be known throughout the nation. It must be known throughout blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. These 12 tribes, this family, this house. Must be proclaimed in what? In their seasons. Just like we have the oppressor with their holidays and their seasons, this must be proclaimed at its due time and its due season. Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Verse 5. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Most High's Passover.
So now we just come out of the Lord's Passover into the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You understand? We understand that the 14th day of the first month is when the Passover took place, which means January 1st or the month of January is not our first month. Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
And on the 15th day of the same month is the Feast of Unleavened Bread unto the Most High.
That is what we just came out before the sun come down. The Feast of Unleavened Bread. Go ahead. 7
days ye must eat unleavened bread.
So for 7 days, you understand, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, this is the command from the Lord. We must eat unleavened bread. You understand? We can't do what we want. If we say we proclaim that we love the Most High, we want to follow after God and not follow the things of the oppressor, we must do what the Lord commands us. 7 days, no leaven. We must eat unleavened bread. Go ahead, Bishop.
Verse 7. In the first day, ye shall have an holy convocation.
First day, a holy convocation, like a family gathering, everybody have to come together. You understand? This is one of the days that the Lord said all males must appear before you. All. You understand? We must come together, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Go ahead.
Ye shall do no servile work.
Shall do no servile work. You understand? So now, if you have like a oppressor over you or somebody that have, business and stuff like that, the Lord is telling you, do no servile work. This is the time that brother or that sister must be able to get to spend fun. There are wicked and evil oppressors outside that want to work your right down to you, but any day, any hour. You understand? But this is a family gathering. This is a holy convocation. No servile work is to be done. I don't mean you can't open your house, you get ground. Listen, talk about that. You understand? It's you being that person getting that time off from the oppressor to go and serve the Lord. Same thing that Moses was asking for under the hands of Pharaoh. Just give me 3 days. Just give me 3 days. Let me go and serve. Let me go and serve our power. And 3 days cost a nation. 3 days. All they had was to say, well, all right, function. 3 days cost these Africans a lot. It cost them the nation. Just 3 days. You understand? Some of us might get tasked to do certain things for a day, an hour, 2 hours. Can't make. You understand? Now we have to put on the right spirit, the right cloak. And understand that these instructions coming down from the men above us. Must execute it. You understand? We must execute it to the best of our ability in order to see our nation in the condition that they're in. When you look at these other nations, in their folly and in their unrighteousness, they're executing the commands that come down. That's why they're above us. That's why they're continually reigning and the empires growing big. But they executing it. But if we ain't doing it, they're not going to happen. Can't be any better. Understand? No so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man must put on the right spirit. You understand? As the generals and them to say, we have to check yourself daily to see if any faith. That's as the scriptures say. You understand? Examine yourself daily to see if any faith. Examine yourself to see why are you really doing what the Lord requires or not. You understand? Forget who want to do for show and who want to do to the scene and all these things. Me. That's why you Lord say examine yourself daily. This is what we have to understand, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Fret how much you want. Examine yourself.
Right.
To see if you any faith. You understand? That was the end of verse 7.
That was it.
You want to say anything on that as well? All right, good. Make the call. That's the different thing that we book in it. We book in it. Make sure that we have the.
Snap the pictures to see how you take it on. Express. Sing the Arashi.
Kaya, paano siya? How about siya meron siya kapita?
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 8 in the Hebrew. Wa'akarabatha, Asha'ah, Layahawa, Shabahai, Namayam, Bayawam, Ashabahai. Bakara, Dash, Ka, Malaka, Da, Ha, Aisha. Verse 9. Wayadabar, Yahweh, Shah, Damar. Verse 10. The bar, Al, Manya, Shah, Mara, Alham, Aya, Sabahawa, Al, Aratisa, Ashar, Anya, Nathan, Lakam, Wakatasaraf, Yara, Ba'aba'af, Aimon, Ashia, Watadaraka, Al, Akahan. Verse 11. Anya, Aimon, Panya, Nakam, Mamakara, Ashabah, Yanya Panwa, Akahan. Verse 12. Wa Aisha Yakum, Wayawam, and Yamakam, Amar, Tabash, Tamayam, Ban, Shinafwa, the Ayla, Ayahawa. Verse 13. Amana Kafwa, Shania, Aisharna, the La, Wala, Washtaman, Ashaha, Ayahawa, Rayak, Ayaka, Manasaka, Yayan, Rabayan, Yan. Verse 14. When I come, Okaramal, Laha, Kalia, Kalu, I Tazam, Ayawam, Azaha, Ayakam, Orabon, Al-Ayaka, Waf, Iwalom, Yakam, Akar, Mashabakakam. That is the end of verse 14 in the Hebrew. In the English, verse 15 in the Hebrew. Verse 8 in English. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. The 7th day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. Verse 9. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 10, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye be come into the land which I give unto you, shall reap the harvest thereof. Then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest.
Understand? So Moses is giving the instructions again, what the children of Israel should do when they come into the land that they was supposed to be given. You understand? Reap the sheaf of the harvest of the first fruits, and this is what we're going into tonight.
Right.
You understand? Which is the beginning of the feast of first fruits. These are the days, the high holy days and feast days that the Lord requires all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to keep, to follow. You understand? To proclaim to teach their children throughout their generation. This is what we as a people are supposed to be doing. You understand? Again, we are not being taught it in the religious institutions, so we follow their way, we follow their customs. When the Lord specifically give the instructions for us as a people to follow. Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Verse 11. And he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord, and to be accepted for you. So that to be accepted for you. Tomorrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. Verse 12. And he shall offer that day when he wave the sheaf and heal up without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord.
So you will find a he lamb without blemish, just like how it was the Passover. You understand? A lamb without blemish. Your best lamb. You understand? They're giving you your first fruits, bring it towards the priest. That's how they used to be doing it back in the day. You understand? And they wave it before the Lord. You understand? Well, Bible Pusha.
Verse 13. And the meat offering thereof shall be 2 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire, unto the Lord for a sweet savor, and the drink offering thereof shall be of wine, 4th part of an hin. You know what I mean? This I show you bush people, you know what I mean? This attack today.
No, we are doing whatever.
Because it's actually say, yo, flour, mingle with oil. That's, you know what I mean? That's French fry. That's meat after, you know. It's French fry chicken, French fry, whatever we like for those. You know what I mean? So that proves to you that this attack of blacks and Hispanics. You know what I mean? So that.
And again, just to add a little bit to what you're saying, when you look at the instructions that given you, you understand the recipe with how much parts of it in is like 2 cups of flour, you understand, a cup of oil. This we have the instructions. You understand that we as blacks, Hispanics, and Indians, all we just have to do is follow. You understand? Because that is part of our culture, that is part of our custom. Right back, question.
Right. Verse 14. And ye shall eat neither bread, nor parched corn, nor green ears, until the selfsame day that ye have brought an offering unto your God. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings.
And again, throughout all the generations in all the dwellings, wherever we as a people are, this is what we're supposed to do. And that's as the officer rightly saying. When you look at our custom, wherever blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are, this is what we do. You understand? This is what we do. But now is to get the practical knowledge behind it. That is where the school is all about. You understand? So that you start out to say anything. Yeah. Go ahead, call it again. What's up? It's it inside. Check it. I'm Adia. Next priest, state thy registry. Mike, one Banyamian Banyashal. How about Shemel Shaga? Tasha.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 15 in the Hebrew. Wasapa Ratam Lakam Mamaka Rata Asha Ashaba Maya Mayawam Haba Ya Akam Ata Aisha Ata Nawa Nawapa Shabai Waba Ta Wata Tama Ya Yama, Taha, Yayana, verse 16, Aida, Mamaka, Rata, Asha, Ashaba, Asha, Aya, Aita, Tasapa, Rawa, Kama, Shayam, Yawam, Waha, Kora, Watam, Manaka, Ha, Dasha, Laya, Salakia, La Yahweh. Verse 17. Mama Washa Taya Kam Ta Ba Ya Awa Lakam Tana Wapa Shata Shatayam Wana Aisha Ranayam Sa Lata Ta Yayana Kamataza Ta Apa Yana Baka Wa Rayam La Yahweh was 18. Waha Kora Watam Al Ha Lakam Shabba Aita Ka Ba Shana Tama Yama Bayan Shana Wapa Man Bakwa Kada Wa Nalama Shanayam Yahweh Aila La Yahweh Wama Nakatam Mana Sa Kaya Ma Asha Rayaka Nayakaka La Yahweh. Verse 19. Wa ai shatam wa aya ai zayam akada laka ta ata washana ka washayam banya shana la zabba shala mayam. Verse 20. Waha naya kana atam I lama abba ayam ta nawapa lapanya Yahweh I yana shana salaki waba shayam wadash Yahweh la Yahweh. La Kahan, verse 21. Wakara Atam. Ba Aitazama ya Awam Aizaha Makwa Padash Yahweh Lakam Kal Amakata Aibada La'a Aishawa Kakwash Aiwa Laham Lama Bakal Mawa Shaba Tayakam La Dara Ta Yakam, verse 22. Waba Pataza Rakam Ata Patazaya Wa Rataza Kam La'a Ta Kalha Ata Shada Bakwa Taza Raka Wala Kwata Kwataza Raka La'a Ta Kwata La Ai Na Wala La Aga Ta Aiza Atham Anna Yahweh Allah Haya Come. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23. And we start from verse 15 in the English. And ye shall come unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that he brought the sheaf of the wave offering. 7 Sabbaths shall be completed. Verse 16. Even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days. Ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord with 17. And ye shall bring out of your habitations 2 waved loaves of 2 10 deals. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven. They are the first fruits unto the Lord. Verse 18. And ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and 1 young bullock and 2 rams. They shall be for burnt offering unto the Lord, their meat offerings and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire of sweet savor unto the Lord. Verse 19. And then ye shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offerings. Verse 20. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering before the Lord. With the 2 lambs, they shall be holy to the Lord for the priests. Verse 21. And he shall proclaim on the selfsame day, that it be an holy convocation unto you. Ye shall do no servile work therein, and it shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations. Verse 22. And when ye shall reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of the field when thou reapest, neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of the harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor, and to the stranger. I am the Lord your God.
To take it upside down.
But God say now, thinking with the foundation. Thinking with God say, we want to cater for people in a way that really actually maybe in a tight situation, or we consider maybe travelers are while they on the way to wherever this they're going. You don't want to make clean roads everywhere and just let's take up everything and pick in a bunch. Right? There are some there they're just thinking about that, right? But just like we have a culture down here. I don't do the same thing in Jamaica. Right? But sometimes when you go like say I have been fake or see somebody else with potato that's clean, that shot as well. But we have something we do some bring a little mangoes or some kind of thing that could be that type of thing. Right? Something I grew up doing it. Right? A lot of people after the same thing. So when you have something it's straight up the same culture that we have to find the same thing we have coming up. As we see that today, that we just see, but we didn't know that this is something that we always used to practice. Anything you want to add, sir?
Yeah. It also goes to show that in Israel, there will be poor people. You understand? Because if you go back and you really see in the field, neither thou shalt leave them. Sorry, Salakia. I'll read it from the top, right? And when you reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance the corners of the field when thou reapest, neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of thy harvest, thou shalt leave it unto the poor. You understand? In Israel, there's going to be poor people. There are poor people just like we have today. Most people, like religious leaders and pastors and stuff like that, they just study the rich. They want the rich in their church. Take the money from the pockets. You understand? They have no consideration for the poor. Poor might be destitute, as I like to always think, because I did watch my situation. Some people that don't have much education on certain things, they don't study that. You understand? But the Lord is telling us as a people, because Moses has given us these laws and these instructions. And he's telling us, don't forget the poor in Israel. He don't want us to be like the oppressor, like these other nations, and how they dysfunction. Whenever we get chance, we must watch and do our research like on agriculture. With these other nations and the oppressor, they have hectares of land, not acres. We fighting 2 and 3 acres, thinking we have some. They have hectares. When they're scraping, like how we just say, the term we just use is scrape. You understand? But when they reaping their harvest, they reaping everything. They're scraping everything. And those what ain't so good, they're going with that too. Because they're saying that food for the animal. You understand? But the Lord is telling us, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, okay, brother, don't forget sister. You understand? Don't scrape everything. Be something for them. It's the right spirit to have. Just like Officer Taz was saying, that culture that we have done it of not neglecting the poor, which means what? He's always say, hey, you eat today? I just watching it from a small scale. We started to talk about businesses, establishments, buildings, houses, land. You're looking at it small. You eat today, you get some tea. How are you looking? How are you looking with this week to have? It have happened to me. So I could tell you. You understand? So now we have to do what? Stretch back that same arm. It might be with the same person. It might be with somebody else. So it's the spirit that we are to foster. The culture we are to foster. Because the Lord gave me it right here in this book. Right here in this Bible. You understand? Don't move like the oppressor when he hiring people and people start coming in, you realize it now. Oh, this put on the paper where is black, Hispanic. What is put again? African American. You know, when you see that, you realize 2 days. Then boom, kick you out. But you're making sure that he cater for you for his people. We have been on jobs, many different jobs. You understand? Whereby we see, like for example, a East Indian or a Chinese or a Syrian to be running and pulling along that spot. And guess what happening? His bloodline don't have the wisdom, don't have the knowledge, don't even have the understanding of the job. Making sure they stay, do they? Making sure they stay. But we, because of Christianity, because of that white imagery, because of the doctrines and the propaganda and the philosophies that push on us from small, when we see we own, 2 days, let's get rid of him. Good, them good. You understand? Can't do this work. If them get a little pressure to break, what we will say about we own because of the things that was put in our mind. But again, just as we read in earlier, examine yourself daily, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, right? To see if you're in the faith. And this is something we know inside here, in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, these oppressors are not doing, they're not examining themselves at all. Never. They may be examining the pockets, right? They're examining the belly, right? To see before. In here, black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, take your time. Take your time. Come in, learn your culture, come in, learn your history. And we all, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, have to shed ourselves from this world. We'll be waiting one day. We'll be waiting 2 days. Some of us might take years. But once we have that brotherhood, as me and Officer Kaivan was talking, a couple of days, once we had that brotherhood, and Officer Hazard, shout out to Officer Hazard as well too. You understand? Solid brothers as we were talking. Once you had that brotherhood, yikes. Yikes. But then, in all of that, we had to watch for where that leak in the brotherhood is. Because it will come. Satan going and come and test it. With all manner of things. You understand? But then when the leak reach, watch to see who patching it. Watch to see who's the carpenter and the mason and the painters of art and the leather workers that we always say we have in history. Watch to see, trying to patch it, trying to mend it back. You understand? Not who continually trying to push it away. Because you know why? It feels good. The scripture says the children are, just paraphrasing, right? The children of light, something and more. I can't remember exactly how it goes. You understand? You understand? This is what we have to watch and understand. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and piece by piece. Piece by piece, we will shed ourselves, and Israel will be that place that the Lord requires. Not me, not you, not the others. The Lord requires this from us. Because this instruction was given to Moses to give to us. So now it's like a father saying, hey, you see this house here? I want this house clean in the next hour. The train them scatter, they start to pick up the toys. But this is what the father requires. This house to be clean. Now the Lord requires certain things from us. One check mark he give you. I always keep in the back of my head. Examine yourself. Hispanic man and Native Indian. See if you're doing, don't tell it to you. So that
because make sure that everyone in the school, at least the same school, is going to know the culture that they have. We understand that as people, let's stick together. We just stick together. And we have all access to everything readily available. You understand the work we through counselors, all of that. Something that important.
absolutely
right? That just the art we say, and anybody else can check everybody cases. We have all the structure to command the general and deal. When everybody else forget, and everybody else didn't care what the poor. Try to do more kind of wickedness, you understand? And you hold you because you know why, hey, God, you understand, have mercy on me, and you go on, you making sure that I understand. I ain't the ground will totally understand, so I know definitely what's taking place, and I'm going to make sure that fight to today, give up my life, whatever it takes, and make sure that you have access to this, and look what we're going to do. When we come in the sun years ago, we had thousands of minutes, but it wasn't as big as now. And we're not checking. Because after the Israel, so we have to tell doctrine. Understand? We learn to lead our brothers and sisters away. As much as the Lord, understand, say your point here is enough. We don't want to understand the wicked and we will get punished. We want them to change. We want them to get into the work, you understand? We want the commanding children to find something that shut them from all the evil that they privy to and expose. Yes, so they don't have time for them. Share this with you, understand? And both sides the opportunity. You can say, bye. Me, I can go too much trouble. I don't know what in my past I could pay. We deserve some of this. And I don't listen. And this time, for sure, I deserve this. Yeah. So you thanks again, you know, me not just trying to be best to say that. We were grateful because hey, really, oh, look at what we're doing outside the brothers and sisters. It's still so fascinating to see them. And we still, you know, ain't going overboard. We cannot ship with the yoke of submission and pitting one another against each other. You understand what ourselves don't say they have people in the workplace. We have seen that. We have seen that in the workplace. You too, you see that, you know what I mean? That people that incapable of doing this. But as LeBron James and then people are plenty, that make no difference. People plenty money, people just get money, they make no difference. We understand these things. Yeah? We want to make sure that all people have well in that. But they're thinking, you know what I mean, that somehow they have a disconnect between the poor and the rich nation. That's not true. They're thinking so. I can think that all you want. But after LeBron James trying to put in one of his sons in the base, so there's no God nepotism. Nepotism, you know what you think? All of the owners have their son and daughter and only born and they get only one. As soon as LeBron James takes the son, now they start pointing at this. Evil, they must do that. That's wrong. Yeah. So again, it's just to really and truly continue to push this and pray that this thing going on, but much of the people can really get out. Right. Get it? I hope you don't make him show up.
I'm upset at those things because they talk about distraction. You understand? In black man, Hispanic man, and Indian man, we have to take heed because that distraction, right here, this truth. Then the Lord is chat with that truth. You understand? Once you get that, going outside it, like fishers of men, to do the Lord requires from us. So the officer is absolutely correct. Need that distraction right now because everything else outside it distracting us. You understand? From lewdness to whatever it is as we are talking and all it today. You understand? But we need this distraction. Truth. You understand? Understanding the culture, understanding the vibe, understanding the spirit. You understand what I say? That is what we need. Yeah? All right? With that, Madam. Next priest, present thyself.
Sha, ban ban yam ban sha.
Sha, ban ban sha. How about you, Shaka? Yeah. 21. What's right of my God? 21 or 22?
The book of Leviticus, 23 was 23. But you had the bar, Yahweh, Shah, Lama, was 24. The bar, Banya, Yashala, Lama, Bakadash, Asha, Bayahaya, Baka, Bakadash, Shabbat 1, Saka 1, was 25. Allah Ka, Akada, Baha, Baha Shawa, Baha, Korabatam, Asha, Bayahawa was 26. Oyadaba, Yahawa, Asha, Lama was 27. Aka, Bahan Shawa, Akadash, Asha, Bayaya, Sa, Bum, Aka, Orayam, Awa, Oraha, Kodash, Yahaya, Tabash, Tayakam, Baha, Urataba, Uratam, Asha, Ayaho, 28. Wakal, Mala, Aka, Aha, Aishawa, Aitam, Ayawam, Azar, Ya, Wam, Kaparayam, Awaa, Takapa, Ayla, Tam, Panya, Yahawa, Alahayakam, 29, Ya, Ha, Atapash, Asha, Laa, Aitizam, Ayawam, Azar, Wana, Karata, Maai, Maya.
Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 24, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the 1st day of the month, shall you have a Sabbath, a memorial blowing of trumpet, and a holy convocation. Verse 23.
So the children of Israel, now we're going to have after the feast, right? The memorial blowing of trumpet, it should be a holy convocation, a holy gathering. You understand? Again, the trumpet was used in times of war to alert. You understand when danger is coming in to the nation of Israel, right? Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Verse 25. You shall do no servile work therein, but you shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 26. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 27. Also on the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement.
Right, and after the memorial blowing of trumpets is the day of atonement, right?
It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and you shall afflict your soul.
You shall do what?
And you shall afflict your soul, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
Understand? You should afflict your soul. And this is something important that we should understand too. You understand? When the day of atonement, no food, no water for 24 hours. You understand? It doesn't go to children and babies. I forget the age that we start at. You understand? But it shouldn't go for children and babies. We are afflicting our souls. You understand? We telling ourselves that, hey, we eat no food, no water for 24 hours. Now, if we as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians could do that, then it have many other things we could do too for 24 hours. So now if we say, hey, I want to stop smoke, then afflict your soul. Afflict your soul for 24 hours. And once you make it through that 24 hours, then you can do what? The next 24 hours. And then the next 24 hours. You understand? But have many things that this could apply to, that we as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians could overcome the things that was pushed on us or put on us by the oppressors. You understand? Many, many different things. In this book, and is this Leviticus, the book of Leviticus, it have plenty. You understand? Once the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man understand it, that they could use daily. You understand? To traverse in this wicked kingdom, in this wicked and evil place. They could use it. You understand? Simple, very simple. Just 24 hours, no food, no water. So then what else could the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man do that have been terrorizing them for years or maybe for generations? You understand? And if we just apply these things, boom, we'll start making strides, little by little. Again, remember, we just rehearsing the righteous acts that the scriptures say. All these things we do in all these high holy days and feast days, we rehearsing it, we will get right all the time. You understand? Keep doing it over and over. I remember I hear stories, many different stories from the generals and them too, where they made errors on high holy days. You understand? Keep correcting it, and every time rehearsing these acts. This is what we, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, should always take into consideration and understand. This is what we have to do. Yeah, well,
is so spoiled. You understand?
Right.
You're saying that here is perfection. We
Right.
that Christian church, we don't setting up all people. I tell them, understand that nobody can be perfect.
Right.
Nobody can, nobody can. Laws of God are will. So that I understand that.
Right.
In other words, we actually they're setting up without saying it, but because they're allowing the PDFs and them, they're allowing the stuff. So all the corruption will take place and not in the process of solving nothing. They're not the business.
Right.
So now really actually it's really a snare and a trap. Like what the Lord said too. So it's really actually there's no place that is planted there that we really considering things from a realistic perspective.
Right.
We know that we're not going to get right. You understand? But we're in the perfect place so that men, we have brothers and sisters to work with us. But I say, if we know all are done together, we should be capable and not drinking and eating food for 24 hours.
Right.
There's much more things that we can that you know is with this face and we
Understand, and once we take these things into consideration, we as a nation, as a people, bit by bit, brick by brick, you will see we start to move. And you will see that driving force that these other nations proclaim they have. You understand? We always know when black people moving and the outside elements, the hidden state is like, boy, look at trend. And we just talking about our look. We're not actually talking about building and doing things yet. You understand? I like to start at the base. Base things. What sort of movement? Brutal. What about if we really come in to the full package and start doing? You understand? Come on.
So let's leave on here.
Go ahead, Officer McCarthy.
Let's see in benefit. That's good. We're really pushing out in the gate on the outside. Right, because whenever you look at it, you know that it's like distraught. Some people can't sacrifice. Right. People don't understand. They know these are not right. But they are family. Right. Over somebody. Talk to you. Right. You got rent to pay that. You need some. You need food. You need clothes. Right. General condition. All you have to do is for the people listen. Giving eyes. It's communicating them. What he needed, and then also you can request if you have this is just as the scripture say, perfect love casts out all fear. So anytime you bring in, and you will not be stressed about the person, like I said, you have to check this for and check the communication. But guys, you don't have any eyes to keep.
Yeah, respect. Understand? I'll be to wasting and all. I don't believe that nobody will not to check the communication or check the phone. You're right to waste saying it. You know what I mean? But coming into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, not everybody will have the same mindset. You understand? Will have the same spirit, will have the same vibe. You understand what I'm saying? You wouldn't have that. So now, as older officers looking in at the younger men that coming in, then you know how to be able to say, hey, brother, you okay? That's what the captain is telling me. And that's what I know he will tell the school, the nation. Brother, you need anything? If you need anything, tell me. You understand what I say? This is what we just have to watch for. And I learned from Captain Mashak. You understand? And even General Hazayan as well too. You really want to be able to say, hey, everything all right? You understand what I'm saying? You might not have the power, the strength, but you might to say, hey, I'll get this. But if I say, for example, I might say, I'm Officer Mike, why you talk? But he might be able to fight that spirit or fight that demon. Just as we just had the classes with the demons. You understand? Understanding how a man can stand up and fight. Sometimes you have to be able to hand him that sort of fight too. So when you say you're all right, and he ain't getting that, you're seeing now, but I'm battling something. Then now you realize, right? Nah, let me reach out to somebody else higher than me. So that they could give me the correct tools, or two, we could go down and face that demon together. When we face that demon, then what will happen? That demon could stand up. 3 or 4. Come on. Then that brother will understand. Shit. When I don't, and I watching up and seeing 2, 3 men coming down to my aid, you understand? I go teach him one. He had to do the same thing for somebody else. 2 or 3 men coming down to aid. Make yourself a part of that 2 or 3 men coming down for another brother aid or another sister aid. So that building something in him. As much as it building something in you, he and all seeing waiting at the brotherhood of the chain on this block. You catching what I'm saying? And then now when you end up in a position where you can assist or give something to somebody or help them even with words, counsel, then you'll be able to say, nah, I remember what I went through. So guess what? I joined with 2 or 3 men to go down and help that brother. But that's care which part it is. Go down, you can say, that's what they say, let me give you boots money and go and find that boots. You understand? That's a vibe, that's a spirit. That the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge is pushed. And by all different kind of people be coming and meet, all different mindset, all different walks of life. You understand? A man might be a juggler and coming here and he accustomed being served. But guess what happened? He don't know how to serve because he's a juggler. Everybody coming and bring everything to him. Hey, dog, watch. What is, hey, father, watch. Hey, watch. Hey, Smalley. We know how it is because we have been around these things. It's not like these things strange to us. But the juggler, he can't serve. But when he come in here and he starts seeing men above him, serving like, it's a lack here from a language. Now he had to be able to do what? Break down himself, break down his ego, break down his pride. And guess what? Able to serve. He had to be able to serve too. And in serving, that will teach you something that nobody else will do. In serving, that will teach other men something that nobody else will do. Guess what will start happening? Men, knowing that he was getting everything served them, will be able to realize now. That's how Christ, the Most High said, or Christ said, just paraphrasing, this is my son, whom I am well pleased. Because you know why? I know the position he was in. But I see where people know. You understand? And all of us do the same thing to the Most High, we do the same thing to Christ. We serve. No matter what background we come from, we serve him. Christ knew it too? Of course he did. He was up there. He could have called legions of angels. Say it out of his own mouth. But guess what we do? No man, he come down and watch Peter foot. He come down and watch Peter foot and show Peter something that Peter would not learn on his own. He wouldn't even learn it from the disciples around him. Peter would not have learned that with the disciples around him. Christ had to do it. The man with all the power. This book sweetened. This teaches so much. This teaches so much. And as I always say, and I will always say, right to the base things. I like the base. What people already like now. You understand? Most people might like all the I was loud water and a punch. You might like Tennessee and this and that. But I just paraphrasing. You know what I mean? I like them simple things because it teaches so much. It changes spirit and change the vibe. You know what I mean? And then how you on one track. What do we call them record a long time? It's just one thing, right to your car. One track. Now. You're going to stick. Why you track? I used to call it about one track so that here. You understand? But there are many things blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians will learn. So now, what if you want to brother have a bomb or a loggerhead? I don't care how deep it is. That could fix. But then I said earlier, you have to watch to see who's the patchers, who's the fixers. You understand what I'm saying? It always have. That is why it has 6, 7, 8. It always have somebody separated. It always had that. Where's the people? Yeah, that's what I say. But where's the people still like here? Where's the people to actually say nada and watch? I can't be around this. I can't be around this. So this had a fix. What do you say now? 6, 7, 8. You go down to be dead. You go right down till you lie down as we the same Trinidad. Not in the Israelite school and universal practical. See that one mark over there? See that one mark over there? Matthew 18, brother. If you have a problem, go there, bro. You understand? If you have a problem, if you don't have a problem, what are you doing for? You don't have a problem? Function. You understand what I'm saying? But in the Israelite school, you go have practical knowledge. Inside here, then, it has everything we need. It has everything to keep this family together. It has everything to keep the leak from leaking. When I say the leak from leaking, from making this family separate. Have it. Again, we're right back up to the top. First thing we say to the examine yourself, David. It calls on every man individually to make it collective. If I come inside here tonight and I say, what? You know, Sabbath service, not give me the people Sabbath service, I cock up my foot on the table. You understand? Of that as well, come, thing it, just sit down on the corner on the computer. Nothing can run. But if I decide, hey, you know what? Put on my Sabbath service and keep the service, man. I'm sat up to say, hey, Officer McQuay, I'm reaching a little late, but you can set up for me. Yeah, no sweat, I go do that. Officer McQuay say, hey, I'm coming in there, but just 2 minutes, I almost there. Then what? You learn the dance. Then what? You start to move. The spirit that you move like we can move in. Not simple. Despite what people might be saying on the outside, because the Christian church, hey, I had enough to say. What am I saying on the outside? Basic principles we apply. Spirit of the Most High in the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge. Salapia. Salapia. That's all too much. Lord, that page.
Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 29. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people.
You understand? This also teaches then something really important. Either we listen to the Most High or we listen to man. You understand? Whatsoever soul it be that not be afflicted in the same day, shall be cut off from him. Either we listen to the Most High or we listen to the traditions and the school of the oppressor. Lord say, give us feast days and high holy days from the top. Lord speak unto Moses, the children of Israel. And you know who you is? Child of the Most High, true Jews, Israelites, then follow what the Lord say to do. Follow what the Lord say to do, because everything he wants you to do, black man, Hispanic man, and the Indian man, it's inside the Bible. You understand? Drop the things that you do. I don't mean you can't go to work and go on a slavery and all them things. You understand? But the customs of the people, just as in Jeremiah said, the customs of the people are vain. The customs, you need to drop that and turn to what the Most High give us. You understand? So that's the idea. Need to have the upset as well. All right, Amadio? Next person, did I registry? Kaya banyak sa. Awal sa mga sa.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 3 and verse 30. Bakal, Pash, Shah, Aisha, Ka, Alaka, Ma'aitasam, Yawam, Saha, Wa Barit, Bat, Wa'a, Badata, Bafia, A, Pash, Awa, Makara, Aima. Verse 31. Ka, Malaka, the ISUPK. What? I will that a Rafika, a car, a Shabbatika. Verse 32. Shabbat. Shabbat one. Our come. For I yatham. Now Shafyakam. Wathash. Shafai. Shafai. Lakadash. Ira. 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 Shabbatka. Verse 33. Where the bar Yahweh al-Mashah Lamar. Verse 34. The bar al Manya Yasha'ala Lamar. Bakamashah Aishar Yawam Nakadash Ashabahaya Abaha Ka Asakawa Shabahai Yamayam Ayahawa. Verse 35. By a woman, Ashwan, Makara, Dash, Ka, Malaka, Da, Aishua. Verse 36. Shabbai, Yam, Zachariah, Yahweh, Shabbat, Ashaha, Ayahawa, Ayawam, Asham, Yanaya, Makara, Wadash, Yanaya, Nakam, Sha'a, Shas, Ayahawa, Ayahawa, Awaha, Ka, Malaka, Ayada, Aishua. That's the ending of verse 36 in the Hebrew. Verse 30 in the Hebrew. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that self same day, the same soul will I destroy.
You say what? No.
That self same day, that same soul will I destroy from among his people.
You understand? So it's either you doing your own thing or you doing what the Lord requires.
Right.
This is what it's coming down to. That you want to do what you want to do, or you do what the Lord requires. The Lord says going to destroy that same soul. So now is it that you fear the Lord? You fear the Lord. You understand? Where's Bible question?
Verse 31. He shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout their generations in all their dwellings.
Understand? It's going to be a statute throughout the generations, which means we won't have a generational curse again. We will be doing our traditions, our customs, our culture. You understand? And again, it's going to be throughout all our dwellings, wherever we may dwell. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, this is how we function. You understand? This is our culture. Wherever we
go. Verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath. Verse 33. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 34, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of the 7th month shall be the feast of the tabernacle, for 7th day unto the Lord. Verse 35. And the first day shall be an holy convocation. He shall do no servile work therein. Verse 36. 7 days he shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And on the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you. And he shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and he shall do no servile work therein.
understand? And so okay, you finish there. Right. And when you watch right through, we keep hearing servile work, servile work, servile work. You understand? This is where we have to pay attention to. It's like a labor law. Like this first labor law that touched down in Israel. You understand? When these high holidays, these feast days come around, you proclaim it, but hey, no survival. Go and be with your family. Go and celebrate these high holidays and these feast days with your bloodlines. This is what we have to realize. This is what we have to understand. These things was given to us, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian, and to stay too long. So anything of that as well to one. Right. Verse 36. Right. Whoever coming up with us, finish it off, right? My medium. So this will be the final question. Next priest, present thyself to thy registry.
Maikwa, ban manyanya, ban yashal. Maikwa, ban manyanya, ban yashal. How about me, Shaka? How about me, Shaka?
Book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 37 in the Hebrew. Alaha, Mawa, Aida, Yahweh, Shah, Takporawa, Atam, Makwa, Araya, Kwadash, Laha, Korah, Korah, Asha, La Yahweh, Ailaha, Wama, Naka, Zabaka, Wanasakam, Aiba, Yawam, Baya, Mawa, verse 38. Malaba, Wabata, Yahweh, Wama, Laba, Mata, Nawa, Shayakam, Wama, La, Bada, Kal, Nada, Rayakam, Wama, La, Bada, Kal, Nada, Bata, Yakum, Asha, Tata, Nawa, La Yahweh, verse 39. Ata, Baka, Asha, Aisha, Yawam, Laka, La, Kadasha, Asha, Baya, Aisha, Aya, Baasa, Bakam, Ata, Taba, Wata, Rataza, Taka, Gawa, Ata, Kala, Yahweh, Shabbat, Aita, Yum, Baya, Baya, Bayawam, Bara, Asha, Wana, Waba, Ta, Wana, Waba, Yawam, Washa, Waya, Naya, Shabbat, Tayan, verse 40. Wala, Waka, Tam, Lakam, Baya, Wama, Ara, Shawan, Para, Aitaza, Ada, Kapa, Tama, Rayom, Wa'ai, Na, Aitaza, Aiba, Salaki, Wa Aira, Baya, Naka, Washa, Maka, Tam, Lapanya, Yahweh, La, Allah, Ayakom, Shabbat, Aita, Yum, verse 41. Waka, Gatam, Aktawa, Kaga, Yahweh, Waba, Aita, Yum, Washana, Wakwata, Walam, Lada, Taya, Kom, Waka, Badash, Sha, Asha, Baya, Aisha, Taka, Bawa, Atawa, verse 42. Basa, Kata, Tasha, Bawa, Shaba'aita, Yum, Kal, A'aza, Ka, Baya, Sharala, Yasha, Bawa, Lasa, Kata, verse 43. Lama, Aina, Yada, Aiwa, Lara, Ta, Yakom, Kaya, Basa, Kawata, Awa, Shabbat, Taya, Ata, Banya, Yashal, Baha, Barataza, Aya, Lawa, Awatam, Arataza, wa aratha rawam, Anna Yahweh, Allah Yahakam, verse 44. Waya the Ba Masha Ata wa Aida Yahweh La Manya Yashal. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 23. Chapter 23 from verse 37 in the English. These are the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocation, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering, a sacrifice, and drink offering, everything upon his day. Verse 38. Beside the Sabbaths of the Lord, and beside your gifts, and beside your vows, and beside your free will offerings, which ye gave unto the Lord.
Right? So these are the feasts of the Lord. These feasts should be proclaiming their seasons. You understand? The Lord is saying, besides the gifts, whatever you might want to give, besides your vows, whatever vows you may make to the Most High, you understand? And whatever free will offering, like we have in the statement, free will offering for priests. You understand? Whatever you might freely want to give, go ahead.
Verse 39. Also, in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruits of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath.
Understand? So when they get in the feast, when they get in the fruit, 7 days is a feast on the Most High. Understand? So you're having this feast for 7 days straight, so your Israel gets down. You understand? So we call it here.
Verse 40. And he shall take you. And he shall take you on the first day boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook. And ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days. Verse 41. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Verse 42. And ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelite born shall dwell in booths.
All that are what?
Israelite born shall dwell in booths.
Again, this is goes to no other nation but Israel. All that are Israelite born. Go ahead.
Verse 43. That your generation,
That your what?
that your generation
Your children.
may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in
You
booths.
understand? So your children, and children after them, they're going to know why we keep these high holy days, why we keep these feast days, why we dwell in booths. Go ahead.
When I brought them out of the land of Egypt, I am the Lord your God. Verse 44. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Lord.
And this is what Moses declared to the children of Israel, all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We are not supposed to be celebrating these days of the oppressors. This doesn't belong to us. You understand? Upsata going to say anything? Give me Upsata as well. The book of 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 22. 15 and 22. Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, this belongs to you. This is your culture, this is your history, this is your life. Understand? This is how blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are supposed to be living. Wherever to share.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 22. And Samuel said, and the Lord has great delight in doing offerings and sacrifices.
So Samuel is asking, had the Lord great delight in doing offerings and sacrifices? Go ahead.
As in obeying the voice of the Most High.
As in obeying his voice, so he's asking, is there a difference? What is the difference between the burnt offering sacrifice or obeying the voice of the Most High? Go ahead.
Behold,
What?
Behold,
He said, look, listen, watch this. Go ahead.
to obey.
What?
To obey.
One more time, Baba Kusha.
To obey
Mhm.
is better than
So
sacrifice.
to obey is better than sacrifice. We so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we have to do what? Obey. What the Most High give to us as a people and as a nation. Right, Baba Kusha?
Okay? And to hearken that the fat of rams.
That's to do what?
And to hearken that the fat of rams.
We can do whatever. Roast lamb, we could do this, we could do that. But once we not obeying, once we not hearkening, just as Moses said, if we hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, we're going to be above all nations. You understand? Samuel is saying, to obey is better than sacrifice. Right? Anything else? So I mean, you want to say anything?
All
right, and with that, this brings us to the closing of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. I'm Madam. Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, Start. La Yasharal, Israel. Sir.
Upon your Adam, which means the right and face the east, south, west, and then. Lord, pray in the Hebrew. Abnau, Shema Shema, Kodesh, Ya, Shamka, Yehovah, Zak, Ya, Shah, Hawa, Ya, Shemai, Tananau, Akab, Ka, Wam, Maslak, Watam, Maslak, Watina, Ala, Shine, Yan, Ra, Ya, Ata, Malak, Baal, Tabarak, Aman. What you just said in English, oh Father, chant in heaven, and be thy name, how, kingdom come, will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven, but this day, our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, we forgive our debtors, lead us not into temptation, deliver us from evil, for thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever, so be it. Pray for the poor in Hebrew, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Tananau, just said in English, Lord, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness, all manner of disease, power to cleanse the leper, power to raise the dead, power against unclean spirits, cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. That's visual in Hebrew, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, no, Shalom, Sapari, Hashem, Shai, just said in English, Lord, in the name of Yahushua, bless us, and the school, in the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. In Hebrew, Asha, Ayan, Abahari, Ayan, Ba'a, sorry,
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 I,
how,
shot,
shot,
yum,
yum, Ratisa, Alexan, number one, Gal,
and the woman,
and the woman,
smart,
smart,
now,
na,
the woman,
and the woman, Wala,
son,
Shama,
Shah,
How,
smart,
Smart,
how,
How,
Salt,
Salt,
yeah,
yeah,
Ka,
Mom,
Shamash,
Shamash,
Ka,
Kaka,
Korea,
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 Alial,
how,
How,
smart,
Smart,
Kara,
Kalran,
smart,
Smart,
Ashkapas, Yahoo,
How,
smart,
Smart,
Tazat,
Tazat,
Boa,
Wa,
Waida,
Right,
Wai,
I will. In the English, I will lift up mine eye.
I will lift up my hand
To the hill.
to the hill.
Whence cometh my head?
My help
My help coming from the Most High.
from the Most High.
Heaven and earth. Heaven and earth. Not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth
Not
thee,
slumber.
slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Neither slumber nor sleep.
Most High is thy keeper.
Most High is thy
Most
keeper.
High is thy shade.
Most High is thy shade.
On thy right hand.
On the right,
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
until I find by
Nor
day,
the moon by night.
or the moon by night.
Most High shall preserve thee
Most
from
High
all
shall
evil.
keep from all evil.
Shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Most High shall preserve thy going out.
That is between thy going
And
out
thy coming in.
and thy coming in,
This time forth.
this time forth,
And even forever.
and even forevermore.
Psalm 83 in the Hebrew, Alahai,
Amen.
Agamaya Laka,
Amen.
Shawa, Rash, Alamaka, Mo, Sawat,
So what?
Waya Ai, Waya Slap, Waya,
Yeah.
Waya Ai, Aswa,
So,
Als Puwanika,
I just one in
Amawa,
I'm a wall.
Lakawa,
Akawa.
Nakakidam, Gawi,
Mugabe.
Laa,
La'a.
Esaka,
Sika.
Shamisha,
Shamisha.
Wakaya,
Ibakaya.
Mahai Sawa,
Ma'aikata sawa.
Akikaru,
La'ikabu.
Alek,
Alek.
Maria,
Maria.
Rafu,
Rafu.
Ali,
Ali.
Anawam,
Anawam.
Shima,
Ishmael.
Ayam,
Ayam.
Oaba,
Oaba.
Gari,
Gari.
Bal,
Bal.
One,
One.
Malak,
Malak.
Parasha,
Ashak.
Amisha,
Agishabi.
Tazu,
That's all.
Yamashu,
Yamashu.
Anawa,
Anawa.
Imam,
Imam.
Ayawa,
Ayawa.
Sarawat,
Sarawat.
Banilawa,
Abanilawa.
Salah,
Salah.
Shalom,
Shalom.
Kamadi,
Kamadi.
Asiya,
Asiya.
Sara'a,
Ra.
Yabian,
Yabian.
Anaka,
Naka'a.
Yashu,
Yashu.
Shimaru,
Shimaru.
Bayan,
Bayan.
Ara,
Ara.
Wa,
Aywa.
Man,
Man.
Adam,
Adam.
Tamu,
Tamu.
Nadayak,
Nadayak.
Wa,
Wa.
Kaira,
Aywa.
Wakasahaba,
Wakasahaba.
Wakasaba,
Wakasaba.
Wakatasamana,
Adam.
Ka,
Ka.
Asiyakamba,
Asiya.
Asha,
Ashak.
Amawa,
Amawa.
Rash,
Narash.
Nawa,
Anawa.
A, Nawa,
Nawa.
Lahaya,
Lahaya.
Lahaya,
Lahaya.
Saya Tamu,
Tamu.
Kagalgala,
Kala.
Kwash,
Kwash.
Apanya,
Pani.
Waka,
Raka.
Ash,
Ash.
Abair,
Bayer.
Ira,
Bayer.
Kalahaba,
Alawa.
Alahat,
Bala.
Ariam,
Mariam.
Ka,
Ka.
Tawadak,
Mariam.
Basair,
Sai.
Basa,
Abasa.
Apata,
Pat.
Bahalam,
Napahalam.
Ala'a,
Ala.
Panyam,
Mariam.
Palawan,
Palawan.
Kwash,
Kwash.
Shaka,
Ka.
Ho,
Au.
Bash,
Bash.
Bahal,
Balu. Ya.
Power,
Power.
Balwa,
Balu.
Dai,
Dayo.
Yata, Shaka,
Shaka.
Ho,
Au.
Bata,
Barka.
One,
One.
Akalha,
Intaha. What we just said in the English, Psalm 83, keep not thou silent,
Keep not thou silent.
O Most High,
O Most High.
hold on thy peace,
Hold on thy peace.
be not still,
Be not still.
O Most High,
O Most High.
for lo,
Lo.
thine enemy, make it a more,
Make it a more.
they that hate,
They that hate,
have lifted up the head,
lifted up the
they
head.
have taken crafty counsel
Taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy
have
people.
consulted against thy hidden one,
Against thy hidden one.
they have said, come,
Come.
let us cut them off,
Cut them off.
bring a nation,
Bring a nation.
that the name of Israel,
The name of Israel.
may be no more remembered,
No more remembered.
but they have consulted together,
Conference again.
one consent,
One consent.
confederate,
Confederate.
against thee,
Against me.
tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacle of
the
Edom.
Ishmaelites,
Ishmaelites.
Moab,
Moab.
the Hagarim,
Hagarim.
Baal,
Baal.
Ammon,
Ammon.
Amalek,
Amalek.
Philistines,
Philistines.
the inhabitants of Tyre,
Tyre.
Serve, all
All
join with
join with
them.
them.
They are all for children of love.
Children of love.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them,
Do unto them.
unto the Midianites,
To the Midianites.
as to Sisera,
As to Sisera.
as to Jabin,
To Jabin.
the brook of Kison, perish at Endor,
Perish at Endor.
came as dung,
He became a dog for the earth.
make their noble,
Make their noble.
forever.
Correct.
Yea, all their princes,
All their princes.
as the bar,
As the bar.
as the loom,
As the loom.
said,
It said.
the us take to ourselves thousands of the Most High in possession. Oh my power, make them like a reed, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burning the wood, as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecuted with thy tempest, make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may speak thy name. O Most High, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that God, whose name alone is the house, and the Most High, of all you. The prayer of the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, all things living, Yahweh, name of Yahushua. Listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, like prophets, teachers, princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that shake loose the treasures of the rich of Israel. Refuse to give to the school, force the rich, enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites, the nation, the drug dealers, the prisons, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, Malaysia, Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, Skinhead, Quasi-Comitazi, Gay Movement, Lesbian, Spies, Workers of Witchcraft, NASA Space Program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the area, cable access channels, and the radio channel. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the king and the moon. Let the house of Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying sword and punish all the heathen that come up against us. And we speak that word. Cause it to be known by all. The angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread to the media, throughout the whole world. Cause it to shake at the name of Yahushua. Thank you all. So be it, sir.
Right, so Madam Judge, the balloons, Torah.
Sir. Fine, Shabbat. Madam. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua back here.
Jehovah Hashem Yahshua. So, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. So,
This brings us to the end of the service. Sisters, be seated. Right, men of Israel, let's give the teachers that one courtesy salute. I'm Madam Shabbat. I'm Mario. All right. How about them? Sir, men of Israel, turn, please, sister. Men of Israel, I'm Madam Shabbat. Madam, Barak. Our Shemanatan, Bashem Yavashak. Yadimata, dismiss.